Hello. Welcome back to the valley. I have 3 days here of prep time. And here's the plan. I have 4 giant plots of land for planting with Junimo huts. Up in this one, I'm going to place ancient seeds, which will go year-round. On another one, possibly this bottom one, coffee beans, which will work through seasons spring and summer, and then use the other 2 plots for just spring crops. Following that, when we get into summer, I'll use one of the plots for corn, which goes through summer and fall. And then that month, we'll only have 1 plot for extra summer crops. Because we'll have coffee, corn, and ancient fruit. Then in fall, the coffee goes away, the corn stays, the ancient fruit stays. We'll be back to having 2 plots for season-specific plants. We'll use that for probably pumpkins and eggplants or something. I don't know the specifics yet. Oh, right. In summer. Summer will also be starfruit, so I guess we do know there what crops will be planted. And when the starfruit gets planted, I want to put a lot of good stuff on it, you know. I want to put I always forget what it's called. Is it deluxe? Yes, deluxe fertilizer. I made some to use for the ancient fruit. So we will also use... I want to say scratch what I said, because I might just turn it into wine anyway. 1... I don't know if 1 iridium starfruit sells for more than a regular quality starfruit wine. Without the artisan thing. See this, crops are worth 10% more, and I don't have artisan So the fruit itself has a price buff, while the product from it does not. So I don't know if that wraps around to it being equal. If I had to guess, I'd say artisan is probably more fruitful in terms of money, but it takes longer to produce the things that make the money, right? That's what I'd guess. Because you harvest the crops and then you start turning them into other stuff. I'm gonna look up the professions again. Because I want to see. So farming. Farming, you can go rancher or tiller. If I'd gone rancher, animal products worth 20% more. And then from there I can either go coop master, befriend coop animals quicker, incubation time, cut in half. Also improves coop production quality. Or shepherd, which seems to just do the same thing, but for barn animals. And sheep produce wool faster. Or there's tiller, crops worth 10% more, which we have. And then there's agriculturalist, all crops grow 10% faster, or artisan. Artisan goods, wine, cheese, oil, etc. worth 40% more. 40%. So if I look up starfruit, the base selling price of an iridium quality starfruit is 1,650 with the tiller profession. If I have my crops go back to growing about 10% slower than they are right now, so the normal rate, and instead turn the starfruit into wine with the artisan profession, I can be selling base quality starfruit wine for just under double that. That is interesting. That's very interesting. Because that doesn't just apply to, like, wines and stuff. Artisan profession. That would make a ton of things sell for way more. For now, I'll just proceed as normal. Last time we also fully fleshed out this hotbar, which is very nice. Now that I think about it, sweet gem berries are a full crop. So I guess we do know one of the things that will be growing in fall. Alongside probably pumpkins. Maybe eggplants would produce more money. Ooh. First time getting higher quality mangoes and bananas. Alright. Right, we will be finishing every cooking recipe today, because all that's left is the eels, which can be caught in the spring. I don't remember what time or location, but I can check up on that when it becomes relevant. Like I needed more of those. One thing I could do in advance, because I'm not sure yet how much I'll actually run through, is stock up on some fertilizers. This I probably won't need much more of, if any. This worth... this though is worth grabbing a good amount more of. Ancient fruit I will be using the deluxe stuff on. Just because ancient fruit I never turned into wine or anything anyway. I've always just sold it outright. Wouldn't be worth doing much else with it. Alright. Shall we just jump ahead to summer? I think we should. Here goes. Time to get to work. Right now, I'm just looking to clear debris from the farm. Everywhere that I want to plant things. I see the Junimo huts are now open. Having this extra sword in here is throwing me off. I think I will remove some things from my main hotbar. That looks to be that done. The grass looks pretty again. Puree. Seeds. And here. The extra sword. The bug killer one. The pan. Fishing rod. Those are all things I don't commonly need with me, so I'll get rid of them. But before I forget, deluxe fertilizer. I think I may go with deluxe speed grow. For the coffee beans, because I don't care about quality there, I care about quantity. Everything else I'll use just that. And so indeed, I will be planting coffee, ancient seeds, and then I'll use the other slots up on cauliflower. And maybe just parsnips again. It's about the time to go head over to Pierre's anyway. Before we make the final decision. Plus I need to purchase more cauliflower seeds. Like a bunch more. There we go. Ooh, potatoes for sure. That's what we want to do for spring. Six days, that'll probably be 5. So if I stay on top of replanting, we could have 5 harvests of potatoes throughout the year. This is my first year with Junimo huts though, and I'm not familiar fully with how they work yet, so... My concern is that they may spend a whole day harvesting what's around them. Which would mean me having to remember at the end of each day to go back through with seeds and plant everything. Not gonna lie, I'm a little worried about the time I have to do all this. I need to till. I need to do the first round of watering. I need to fertilize and I need to plant. Fertilizing and planting won't take as long, but let's just say we gotta hurry here. Hopefully we have all the tilling and watering done by like 3. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, it'll definitely be worth reaching on this, this hoe. You do have to wait one extra little thing for the fire, or yeah, the 5x5. But no, it is way faster than just doing it in 2 3x6s. Okay. Took a long time to do just that half. But as long as I stay focused. We get this done today. I didn't even realize until just now I'm out of water. But that's fine. I can speed this up a little bit. Like this. Yeah. Upwards. Crap. This might be one of those rare times I'm working literally until the last available moment. Drink up another espresso. I need to go refill my water. It's like I'm getting to the point where I'll only have 6-ish hours to do everything else. Granted, this part is the fastest part of this whole process. But that doesn't mean I can dilly-dally. I'm also gonna miss spots if I'm not a little careful. Are they just turning lights on because it's dark, or what? You know, it's at this point I'm realizing maybe the enrichers are more valuable than I thought. Because this could have just been me planting seeds. While the enrichers took care of everything else. Okay. Fertilizer break to do seeds. I'm actually getting so stressed here, you don't even understand. If I need to, I'll put planting the coffee off until tomorrow. How about that? But the ancient seeds, at minimum, need to go down today. I'm already in the process of doing this, though. All the fertilizer for these crops has already been placed. So I'll be damned if I don't plant these now. Fuck my life, fuck my life, fuck my life. Okay. That's all of the cauliflower planted. Deluxe fertilizer, ancient seeds. We have 2 hours. An hour and a half at most. I should have left the enrichers. Don't have the time. Well, I didn't mean to go all the way to the desktop. But that was something of a rage quit. To redo that day. I can use my time a lot better. Okay, here's how this is gonna work. Coffee now. Whatever, whatever, whatever. In here. Don't need these. As we covered before. I'm gonna grab the enrichers this time. Because even just having 8 and moving them to each plot will still be faster overall. And I'm going to take all the fertilizer I said I wanted. And I'm gonna split it up. Like that. Seeds. Ancient. Cauliflower. Coffee beans. Potatoes. Which, by the way, I can save myself some money. I have a lot more potato seeds than I thought I did. I'm not going to worry about anything that isn't purely focused on the farm. Two, boom, boom, boom. In fact, I could clear this. I just had a thought. First I thought I could clear this debris with bombs. Now I'm thinking I can't use bombs to till the dirt like I was actually thinking. Because I came to realize that would also destroy a lot of the stuff surrounding. I'm now going from this straight into tilling. Not forgetting I can save some time by pulling out the tool earlier and just doing that. To get into place. And to be completely honest, I think I will choose to miss a day of growth on every plant that isn't the ancient fruit by watering the ancient fruit plots myself and letting everything else get watered tomorrow when the sprinklers do their thing. I'm tilling very inoptimally right now though. I don't think tilled land goes away as long as there's something planted on it, so... By not watering, you just miss a day of growth. After the tilling is done, I will horse over to the general store, get the remainder of the seeds I need, and then teleport back. Which I can do. I can do it. I don't like this feeling that I'm running out of time. If I hadn't already seen how this day can turn out, then I'd be stressed out of my mind. I know, because I've already seen how this day can turn out. And I'm stressed out of my mind. Cauliflower. It's more than enough. Potatoes. It's slightly more than enough. Now, gonna water this set, like I said. Then put the enrichers down, each with 24 deluxe fertilizer. That's all they need. We take the ancient seeds and start planting them. If the enrichers have something in them and you break the enricher, I wonder if it can't break or if it pops out with the item that's in it. Because if it's with the item that's in it, I don't have to split everything into 24. And I can just focus on splitting everything into 8. Well, 8s. And then we're all good. So let's see, if I take one of you. That one had an extra. For some reason, it didn't go down when I planted the thing. On a couple of them. But that shows us now. If I split this into 8 like that. And then it makes it easier to plant stuff. Hooray. I hope all the fertilizer went down properly this time. Because if quality fertilizer doesn't go down, we'll hardly even notice. But if growth rate fertilizer doesn't go down, it'll be very annoyingly obvious as the days go by. I can fill up my water over here, right? Yeah. I've decided I'm gonna water these now. And I'll just plant the other half of the crops tomorrow. This has been the second time through my entire run of this game that I've quit out to undo a day on purpose. There was that one time I wrapped up stream and forgot to sleep before I exited the game. There was that one time. But this is only one of 2 times I've quit out on purpose to get another shot at the day. Okay. Spreading weeds have caused damage to your farm? What the hell? I hope that's not true in any scary kind of way that I don't want. All the crops are intact. So here. I will carefully pick back up my enrichers. I'm not going to use them on the rest of the stuff. Alright. Anyways, as I was saying, I won't need to use the enrichers on the rest of the crops. Because I have a full day now to just get 2 more plots retilled. Oh, come here. Retilled. And re-watered. And then plant stuff on them. So let's go get that done. Alright, I forgot somehow. Almost got sidetracked there. And started cleaning up debris. It's still early though. So honestly I might have time to clean up some debris. Once this is done. So yeah, the cauliflower is one of the things getting planted a day later than it could have been. But to grow 2 batches of cauliflower, how many days do you need? 24, right? 12 days to produce. 22 days total, because I assume it goes down to 11 days if it's 10% shorter. Yeah, 1.2. So rounded down to 1. 1 day shorter. So I'm just drinking OJ. Getting some of that vitamin C? Is it C? Yeah, it's C. So, the point being, with the fact I'm using just quality fertilizer, is, means there will only physically be time for 2 batches of cauliflowers to grow anyway, and the 1 extra day won't make a difference. And potatoes grow so quickly, I think I'll still be able to get plenty of potatoes grown and sold by the end of the season. But mark my words, by the end of the year, I think I want to have a solution to this problem. Enriches on every sprinkler. Reaching on my hoe. Eventually the golden clock will cut out the having to clear debris part of everything. Yeah, it looks like I will have plenty of time to do some fixing up around the farm. Let me just check something. 999 subtract 617, 382, 382 divided by 2, 191. So it looks like I missed 2 spots with my fertilizer. We are gonna be okay with that. We will cope. Honestly, I'm gonna try to leave as much of this grass here as I can. Still want to clean out some weeds. Speaking of which, what did it mean the spreading weeds did some damage to my farm? I don't see anywhere where there's like explicit damage dealt. My crops were fine. My pathing is fine. Does it just mean it spread? Is that all it means? Is that it... Ooh, it just spread a little bit. I'm not certain. One thing I am certain of is that it gets pretty dark around here at night. So I'm gonna grab and throw around some extra torches. And pathing. Yeah, I think I'll do it this way. One at each corner of each of these. It'll look nice, it'll keep it plenty lit up. Look at that, I left myself one strip short. That's fine. I just wanted to extend it. I don't even know where I want this part of the path to end over here. Like, do I want it to go into the wall over here? Do I want it to bend around and come down here? And then lead nowhere? Don't know. We also have our first ever ostrich that is actively walking around and yet trying to sleep. Very subtle. Very subtle way of basically just saying you hate me. Alright, now that the stress and struggle of a new season is starting, and new year starting at that, subsided, we can go to bed tonight, ready to just chill, relax, and get some simpler chores done in the morning. I am going to take a pee break while I think, and I'll be back soon. I'm back. And I think I want to go to the volcano. I think I even want to bring my luck rings instead. So slimes still can't hurt me. And I still have the iridium band, which provides light, increased attack damage, item attraction. So now I have 2 instances of +1 luck. Also, this is on a day where I have infinite energy. Could have brought some ginger ale while I was at it. I just want to see if maybe luck has an effect on cinder shard nodes spawning. Let's go ahead and eat this. Yeah. So it's just taking a look at my... Oh my god, hit this node, please. Taking a look at my surroundings, because this is one of the more broken up floors I've seen in my runs of the volcano. It's a little all over the place. Yeah, and ooh, I should grab the Quee quest. I forgot that was a thing. While I'm thinking about it, I should do that. But the reason, again, I'm collecting cinder shards is number one, you can add to the Infinity Blade the extra buffs from the gems. From here, right? So I want to do that. Hold on, I'm gonna keep this up while I crack open a drink. So I'm gonna be going for Ruby for damage, Jade for critical strike power, and Aquamarine for critical strike chance. And honestly, I might go speed and knockback on the other sword. And maybe Topaz for defense just to see what that's about at the same time. And that would be on the bug killer sword that I add those. But on my main sword, damage and critical strike, all that stuff. But I also need cinder shards for if I ever want to get reaching on my hoe. I'm gonna need to keep re-rolling it. I'll also have to do some research on cinder shards and see if there's some tried and true technique for farming them in mass amounts. Because I just keep needing them, but hardly having any. Even if there was just another source of them that I wasn't aware of. Go a long way. And ooh, I got another one of these. All of my rabbits have them, right? Yeah. I think for now I'll save that one then. Hey Abigail, looking sexy. I didn't marry you for no reason. Wink wink. Anyways. This one. Reach the bottom of the dangerous mines. Easy peasy. seeds. I'll throw this in here. That makes sense, right? Okay. 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 Didn't realize I'd built that like that. I would benefit from moving this up one, I think, or just moving these somewhere else. Seeds. Just thinking, since we're going to be producing so much coffee, at least that's the hope and the aim throughout the next couple of months. I should probably get a head start on transforming as much of it into beans as possible, or into actual coffee, I mean. As many of the beans into coffee as possible. Yep. They are all full. Nice. Back to seeds. Plant these. And hooray. That looks so goofy. I wonder if I ever do adopt another pet. I wouldn't love another thing to take care of. Or, you know, keep up a relationship with, but who knows, it could be fun. I think I'll leave this grass up here, so why not? Clear the rock. Grass I don't mind the spread of, because grass at least looks pretty, you can walk through it, and even if you want it gone, it's easy to clear up. The rocks and twigs are what need to go, mostly. I'm gonna catch some Z's. Right, and the desert festival is, again, this month. What are the spreading weeds? Causing damage to my farm, quote unquote. I'm looking this up. Stardew Valley. Spreading weeds. If you get this message and you don't know why, it's probably because you dug up an artifact somewhere on your farm, leaving a spot of tilled soil behind. Then a rock, branch, or weed spread onto that tile and destroyed it, which the game counts as damage. Hopefully this helped put someone's mind at ease. It does. I left spots of open tilled soil all around this place, so that makes sense. Makes total sense. Yep. I'm just coming in looking for radioactive ore. If I don't see it, move on. I saw it that time, but the skull people are scary. Skull enemies. When the desert festival rolls back around, I'm gonna be bringing both swords, pickaxe, slingshot, explosive ammo, probably the return scepter, staircases, bombs. Speaking of staircases though, I should restock. I think it's desert on Sundays, right? You scared me, I didn't expect to see another person down here. I love that Abigail actually visits the mines. I wouldn't be down here today though, Abigail. Genius. He was right next to that ore, so I know I could harvest it by shooting him. It was hard to turn down that much gold ore. All in one spot. Hurry up. Almost there. With those, I think I'm able to buy another 8 enrichers. Something like that. Desert Festival isn't week 2, is it? It's week 3. Yeah, gives me plenty of time to do other things while preparing. Real quick while I have a tab pulled up. Cinder shards. Stardew. You can find them in Skull Cavern treasure rooms. Cinder shards. after the volcano shortcut's been unlocked. But I don't think that's any better than just doing the normal thing. You can have a cinder shard farm at the main farm. You can farm cinder shards on just the regular farm by having stingray fish ponds with a population of at least 7. I don't really know if I want to get into doing all that again though. A lot of work. Here's today's plan. Number 1, I want to grab these. Grab them like that. Then collect from these. I don't know how people go through these and fill everything consistently. Or empty consistently, or whatever. Oops, but now that I've done that, I do want to grab my fishing rod. Because eel Stardew. It has to be for eels, 4 PM or later, at the ocean during spring on a rainy day. And I don't have the pine tar to make this. Right. Well, new plan for today. Same overall plan if I want to catch those eel that I need. Just with a temporary until I'm able to do that plan. That's not a difficult recipe. Pine cone. Head back there. It's like I did miss pathing in some places. I'll have to come back another time with more paths to fix it. Anyways, now we have pine trees growing. Maybe a little bit of damage was done to the farm. Unless I just broke that on accident and forgot to replace it. Or I just forgot to place one there to begin with, who knows. Let's go fix it anyway. Like I say, just the grass is fine. But any actual debris. I'd prefer to get cleaned up. Clear up this patch. Mostly because I need the hay. And I know how badly I must need that hay. I think the machine tells you how much is in here, but I already walked all the way over here. 71. Ugh. Out of a possible 720. So yeah. I know I ain't crazy, that's a lot of money. I'll just grab 200 for now. And I'll follow that up by planting a few extra grass starters around the place. Just trying to get a good amount of coverage. So I just wanted to double check, it is Sundays that you are able to exchange jade for staircases. We do have a rainy day, so at 4 p.m. today, I can rush down to the beach and get my eels. Yeah. See what I mean now? That it's obvious when you miss speed growth spots. It's annoying now, but it won't be that noticeable when they're all the same size. They will be producing on different numbered days, but I'm not the one having to harvest, so the Junimos will take care of everything. Right, and I forgot about the raisins. I don't know how you give them to the Junimos. I know very little about a lot of things in this game. Unfortunately, it's only a Saturday, so I can't also take care of the staircases today, like I would have liked to. What I will do is come and collect on the rest of these trees that have fully grown. Right. All these weeds getting in the way. Yeah, nice. We even have more wood than stone now. Very cool. I'll take my horse for a ride through town while I wait for 4 p.m. Clint wants a parsnip. What can I do for you? 1,000 stone. Slay 50 something something. I like the collect 1,000 of X resource quests. Because I feel like it forces you to think about gathering more resources for yourself. The fact that you get to keep the resources. You don't have to hand them off to Robin. But okay. I'll at least bring Clint his parsnip today. Now to the beach for eel time. I also still have these that I never emptied. And those that I never brought back home with me. Right, I forgot I had auto hook. Quick. Ooh. It's quite the haul. No eels yet. Said beach on rainy days between 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. And I'm inclined to trust that. Clearly. I'll make a quick batch of eel bait. Should hopefully make the next couple fish I catch also eels. One more. And... two more. We all know what this means. And it's very exciting. Firstly, I want to try to pack away. Really should have come to the fish chests first, huh? Fish, fish, fish. Fish-esque. Fish-esque. I have some foraged items on me. Some seeds. Trash. Don't care about artifacts. Crabs. Some prized items. A thing of roe. Machines. And that's everything. Now with these... Whew, this is exciting. I can fry one. Boom. And make the other spicy. And boom. Gourmet chef, cook every recipe. What a beaut. I don't know what these two mystery ones are. At least, like, in terms of in-game achievements. Because there's more than 3 left on Steam, of course. One of them is craft every item. Let me just check Steam. One of them may be to have the full family. One of them could be earn 10,000 G. Or 10 million G, sorry. Perfection could also easily be one of them. I doubt the Prairie King achievements are either of them. So it's Craftmaster we know. I'm going to assume Perfection. And either earn 10,000... I keep making that mistake. Either earn 10 million gold or be married with 2 kids. Craft every item. Perfection. 10 mil or married and 2 kids. I don't know which. But that's the last of the recipes. I've cooked everything. I wish there was one of these menus for, like, crafted items. So I wouldn't have to sort through this to see what I have and haven't crafted. But okay, today, I think our potatoes will be ready. So we'll finally get to see how the Junimos work. Yep, the potatoes are done. Even some coffee is done. There they go. And it does all get sorted into there. Okay. Are there Junimos down here working on the coffee? Sure is. What I like about this is that I don't have to do it myself. What I don't like is I'm gonna have to replant at the end of the day. I'm gonna have to keep it in the back of my mind all day that I need to do that. So, do I give the Junimos their raisins directly? No. Junimo raisins. If they are placed in a Junimo hut, then the Junimos have a 20% chance to double harvest crops. 1 bag of raisins is consumed every week. I see. So yeah, I'll leave some raisins in there. Don't know why there's Junimos walking all the way over here. I'll leave a bunch of raisins in there. And some in here. But here, let's take the jade. Leave those guys to do what they need to do. I haven't stopped by Sandy's in a while. Don't know if she has anything special. Not really. Sorry, Sandy, but I'm really here to see the desert trader. And spend like 3 minutes doing this. Okay, maybe not 3 minutes. But it does take a minute. Alright. That's plenty of staircases collected in preparation for the desert festival later in the month. Let's go purchase... Let's see, are Junimo huts supposed to replant if they have seeds? No. No, I don't think so. Do Junimo huts plant seeds? How long does it take for Junimos to... How long do Junimos take to harvest? They emerge from their hut right at 6 AM and pick crops one by one until they finish or stop working at 7:10 PM. Do Junimos finish harvesting if you go to sleep? No. Why am I finding out that these are actually kind of useless? They pretty much just let me put off replanting until the end of the day. I don't have to harvest and replant at the start of the day. But it's still ideal that I find other things to do while they're busy. Harvesting. I don't know how I feel about this. I wonder if there's a mod that, like, improves Junimo huts. Has them work faster. Has them replant on their own. Has them do all that, even if you go to bed. So sleeping just skips through all of that stuff. I do want to take a moment here in a second to be right back. But I don't know if I'll be back in time to replant before the end of the day. So I'm not going to leave the game running. So I don't want to risk anything. But yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back again. By the way, today is the last day. What the heck? Today is the last day that I want to do of the stream. Okay, it looks like they may be done a bit earlier than 7. I say a bit earlier. Even the coffee guys look like they're already finished. It's cute that they dance around. Tung. Right, so now if I click this, they seem to be hurrying back to the hut, of which you cannot out pizza. Giving me space to replant. This guy's not moving. Curious as to why. There he goes. To move to a different place where he would be in the way. Okay, I guess he isn't in the way. Maybe that was a change made that the thing I looked up didn't. Know about. Or was changed since that was the thing. Alright. Well, either way, that is the potatoes replanted. The coffee is all harvested. I didn't mean to drink that coffee. As intentional as it looked, I made a mistake. And yeah, I'm ready to move on with my day. Okay. Let's get out of here. That's me done for today. Peace out.